In this video, I'm going to talk to you about why many creators have been misleading you into believing that consistency is key on YouTube, when really, it's not. Now, before we dive in, you might be saying, well, oh, example creator uploads every day for years, and that's been their secret to success. Well, most likely, they either have a team behind them, or daily uploading works very well in the specific niche that they are in, but this is most likely not the case for most people. If it's your first time watching, my name is John, and I've run dozens of YouTube channels over the past 10 years, and I built this channel with the goal of helping you to avoid the mistakes that I made in my YouTube career. I'm going to cover ultimately the biggest mistake that I made that caused a lot of my channels to fail, and that is forcing out uploads to stay consistent on YouTube. There's a few reasons for that, and the first one is burnout. If you're spending all of your time trying to rush out the next video that you're trying to upload, you're going to burn out at some point, especially if you have a job and a life outside of YouTube, which even if you're obsessed about YouTube like me, you're most likely still going to make this mistake. I remember starting up a brand new channel that I was sure was going to succeed. I was uploading consistently like crazy all the time for the first month, 2 months, even the first, I like to say 5 to 6 months. I was uploading all the time. Every video was getting better. The quality was improving. The titles, thumbnails, everything was improving until one day I stopped uploading completely to that channel overnight. And the reason being is that I spent every single minute of my free time for over 5 months just focusing on YouTube videos, getting those videos out, and I never took any breaks over and over and over, just completely ignored taking any kind of breaks from YouTube. It was all I was doing, and this has happened to me on multiple different channels that I've run on YouTube because I get in such a role of uploading consistently all the time that I never take any breaks, and then guess what happens? I end up burning out, the momentum of the channel disappears, and the channel ultimately fails once you stop uploading for months and months on end. And even at one point, I didn't upload a video for over a year to the YouTube platform. That's why I would recommend, instead of trying to get out as many videos as possible and master YouTube in a couple of months or even weeks, instead realize how much spare time that you have in your life right now and create a schedule around that. If you have a lot of spare time, then great, upload as much as you can, since theoretically if you upload more, you should grow faster, but that's not always the case if you're going to end up burning out in the end. But if you're like me and you have a job, maybe you're going to school and you have family commitments, it makes sense to upload when you can. For example, on this channel you're watching right now, I haven't uploaded in over a month, and there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, the more you upload, if your video quality stays the same, theoretically your channel is going to grow faster, but growing slower is better than not growing at all when you burn out. Quick plug here, I'm launching a brand new school community to help you master YouTube, sharing my over 10 years of experience, and right now the first 25 members get in for free since I'm just launching the community, and it's going to go up to $38 once those slots are filled, so join in while you can. Reason number 2 is quality over quantity. Now hear me out, this is not always the case. For example, if you're running a YouTube channel in a niche such as Donald Trump news, you're going to want to be uploading content constantly with quantity over quality, since you want it out as fast as possible and you want to get it out while that news is still fresh and people are interested in your videos. But if you're like most niches on YouTube where people will watch your video whether you upload it today or in 3 weeks from now, focus on quality over quantity. This is especially important when you're trying to add something new or learn something new to implement into your content. For example, I was making a video, editing it in DaVinci Resolve, and I wanted to learn how to get better motion graphics into my videos, and it would have really upped the quality of my content at the time. But instead of adding in those motion graphics, I decided not to add them in since I didn't have the time to spend hours figuring out how to do all of these motion graphics, and I wanted the video to be uploaded the next day. So in the end, I focused on uploading the video as quickly as possible and sacrificing the quality of the video, which is not what you want to do. It's incredibly important that whenever you upload a new video, you at least learned even a small thing to improve your next video. This applies to complete beginners especially, but it even applies to people like me who have been making videos for a long time. That's why when you look back at your old uploads on YouTube, you think, wow, my new videos are a lot better, even if it's only been a few months. It's all those small changes every single upload that add up to eventually increase your video quality dramatically, and sacrificing that since you want to get videos out on time instead of learning extra editing techniques or or how to make better thumbnails is not something that you want to do. Don't repeat the same mistakes that I made when it comes to improving your videos. The third reason is the algorithm punishing you for poor performing videos. Now this happens a lot because when you're trying to rush out videos, your quality might be a little bit worse, your editing might be rushed, your thumbnails could be rushed. That's ultimately going to make your click-through rate a little bit less, your average view duration less, and then your views are going to be less. The algorithm is not going to recommend your videos as much. And I believe that YouTube's all about the small details. That extra hour spent on just a small thing in your thumbnail could be game changing for your content. So you want to make sure that your videos are as good as they possibly can be to give you the best possible chance of that video doing well on the platform. Unfortunately, I've also made this mistake a lot of times over my YouTube career. When I'm creating a video, a lot of times I just want to get that video out and get that video uploaded onto YouTube for some new content to be available for my audience as quickly as possible. And then what happens is I rush the thumbnail. Maybe I spend only an hour on it instead of 2 or 3 hours, and then the click-through rate's down. Maybe I didn't spend as much time perfecting the thumbnail and really mastering that thumbnail, making it as good as possible. And ultimately over time, this leads to less growth. You're learning less every time you're creating new thumbnails. Ultimately, it's something that you want to avoid, and I would recommend that you do not do. The fourth reason is that you need to upload with a purpose instead of uploading just to get another video out. If you're trying to meet deadlines or keep up a consistent upload schedule, you might be uploading videos just for the sake of uploading videos to get them out to your audience, which is a huge mistake. You need to be uploading each video with a purpose, whether that is experimenting with something new on the channel or doing what already works. You need each video to have its own unique purpose, and make sure that you're thinking about that and planning that out before you're just trying to get out as many videos as possible, because that's kind of pointless. There's not really a reason to rush out as many videos as you possibly can if it's not helping your channel. If you're a new creator and you're still learning the ropes of YouTube, this could especially hurt you, since if you're not experimenting and learning from every single video, you're wasting valuable time that you could be using to get better every single upload. And that's ultimately what YouTube is about, especially in the early stages when you're uploading, to ultimately get better and create better videos that people are going to want to watch. I like to think of every video as almost a mini experiment. Maybe you're testing out a new thumbnail style, a new video length, or adding new hooks or anything into your video, new music even. Those small changes are absolutely things that you need to spend time on, and don't try and get your uploads out before you've done those things. Now I'm going to talk about what I like to call the plateau problem. This is something that all creators face at some point. What happens is you find something that works, maybe a format of content that does well on your channel, and then you just stick with that and keep doing the same thing over and over. And what happens is that you're going to hit a plateau where you're going to stop growing because you're not experimenting. And if you're just focusing on uploading consistently, I've seen it happen with channels time and time again where they're growing for months or even years by uploading the same kind of content, and then their channel just completely plateaus and stops doing well because they were never trying anything new in their content. And it's essential that you experiment and try new things all the time on YouTube, or else your channel is going to be in trouble. Another thing that I see a lot of creators doing is that they're not analyzing their videos enough, since you're always in this cycle of creating one video and then getting the next one going as quickly as possible. Instead, you need to look at the last video and really analyze the video. Look at the click-through rate, look at the average view duration, what are people liking about it, what do people not like. You need to deeply analyze every single video that you upload, because that's really important on YouTube. YouTube ultimately involves a lot of statistics and really analyzing your audience and your stats on YouTube to understand what your audience likes, what you need to do next in your niche, etc. When you create each video with a purpose, ultimately what ends up happening is that all your stats will improve, your analytics, your views will go up, your thumbnails will be better, your editing should be better, because every single video you're improving something and purposefully doing it when you release your videos. And eventually it's going to lead to that upward trend of momentum and growth on your channel. And it's something that's absolutely essential for every creator to have long-term success on their YouTube channel. So you might be thinking, well, now I'm convinced on focusing on uploading when I can and making videos that will actually improve my channel. What do I actually do now? First, I'll look at your last 10 videos and see if they're all really as good as you could have made them, or if you were just uploading them and rushing them out just to get them out, and see, is there ways I could have made this better that I could have done if I had put more time into the video? And trust me, there is always something you could have done to improve the video, and you'll probably see it after you make the video and be like, oh, I wish I would have done that. Unfortunately, that's just what happens. And if you can catch it, it's great. If not, it is what it is. Second is identify your top 3 performing videos in that period and just look at why did they perform better, what worked, what didn't, and figure out how you can apply that to your very next upload that you're going to release onto your channel. Third, when you're creating a YouTube schedule, don't overestimate how much time you have. In fact, underestimate, since usually things are going to take longer than you think. If you think something's going to take an hour, give yourself an hour and a half. If it's going to take 2 hours, give yourself 3 hours, since most likely you'll need that extra time. And if not, you can use that into learning something new for your content. And the fourth thing is take one thing every video and improve it. For example, this video, you can improve the audio. Next video, you could focus on editing. Don't try and improve everything in one video, since you're probably going to spend a lot of time changing up everything. Just do small improvements every single video, and that ultimately is what I've found to work very well when you're creating YouTube videos. What I've seen happen if you don't follow what I've said in this video is that you'll start to hate what you love to do, and you'll start to prioritize getting out as much content as possible. Well, then you're going to start to hate making videos, and ultimately that's going to lead to burnout. If you found anything useful in this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.